total of 1130. So let's fucking get it.
Oh, he does. Does he?
I do. Can't compare it.
Ooh. I mean, that beatdown
Start from the
300
bottom
points
now with
was.
year.
Just say one more time. What happened? You beat Pawtucket?
Yeah, he's been running our division, and he was talking mess about, oh, you better stop me before I take over. I'm like, man, we'll see what. All I said was we'll see what happens, and we saw what happened, and he's been silent. So
He fucked around and found out. I guess that's what you're
Yeah, real
saying.
quick.
to say the least, So we might need to do a welfare check on him or something, to make sure.
No,
Okay.
he was a little butthurt, but after the first
Yeah.
game Thursday night, but he's okay. I talked to him this morning. He's okay.
What is it?
Yeah.
Need counseling from you?
No, for what?
I don't know. He said I talked to him. I calmed him down.
He's fine. Don't worry about
Hey,
it. He's fine.
hey, and what's funny, he did say, "Oh, I still have, my team. If you look at my point total, I still have a great team." He scored maybe 220 points, I think, but his defense scored like half of his fucking total points, or at least like 1/3 of his total points. I didn't say nothing, but I was like, okay, if you say so, this New Orleans defense over here.
Hey, I don't say much about it. All I know is that if you win, you win. That's all that matters. And if you win big, congrats, man. You hit the jackpot.
Corona will let you have your 29 seconds.
I mean, all I really said was, hey, first round pick, baby. Chase. You already know he had to show up big.
Man,
50 points.
man.
We'll get into that one very quickly.
Yeah, later.
Sir.
I am so. That's probably my downfall right there. But yeah, we can go to this thing here real quick is about the QB discussion for this year so far. And I know Junior and I were talking about before was top 5 QBs and how they're performing and such. And we always had discussion from the last years as who's the top 5 QBs in fantasy versus in real life, and do they match up and so forth and all. And we look at some numbers.
Does it translate from the field?
Does it translate to the field? And sometimes yes, it does, and sometimes no. Some good examples are the top 5 QBs off your head you think about in the league, in fantasy and in real life will probably be, let me guess, Mahomes #1 all the time.
Not me. But you go ahead and say yours. You'd be
Okay.
surprised with my list.
Well, I'd say Mahomes is always going to be on the list somehow in fantasy and real life,
Oh,
number
for
one
sure.
QB. Okay, the last few years. We're going to probably say #2 can be a toss-up, but it's going to be in the likes of either Herbert, Burrow, or Allen. So
Hey,
that's,
okay, well, not to
Let's speak real quick. I want to hear what he says so we can just.
And then
not to because we have Eagles fan, but you
yeah,
gotta give
Hurts.
Hurts props.
It ain't about being Eagles fans. It's about being 5-0, baby. Who do you think runs that offense?
Hey, you gotta give Hurts props.
Hold up. Before you say 5-0, don't start on the 5-0 crap because we can easily say there's another QB who's been like what 10-0 or 14-0.
Okay, are we talking about this year up to this point, or are we talking about the previous years?
Okay,
I'm
again.
talking about this
Okay,
year.
I want to get this straight. Let's go ahead and
Look,
Let's get into it then.
Look,
Okay, then
look, this is
top
all
five
I gotta
QBs
say. Look, my #1 in fantasy right now is Allen. He has scored the most fantasy football points. Y'all can look it up, whatever you want. My
But
number
that was,
two,
but
my
that was
number
only
two,
against one team he did against
that's
Miami.
it doesn't matter. Okay, yeah, but his average is 39.6 points per game.
Before you say number two, let's just say
Number two, number two is Hurts. Number 2 is Hurts. That's
No
that,
way.
That's not what I have.
No, Hurts is not #2.
Well,
Kirko is number 2.
Kirkle's #2.
it
Kirk's
is,
number
but I'm
2.
talking
Hey,
about
but
for
that's-
me. Hey, you said for you, right? For me,
Oh,
I
we're talking about
I like
okay.
Hurts just because of the consistency and what he brings into the running game, right? You brought your points, right? And I'll give you my.
No, I
and then-
just said in general.
and,
I said
and I'll
in
give you
general.
my
But
two
go ahead.
real life. I'll give you my top 2 real life. My #1 is Tua, just because I love the guy. That dude's winning in real life, bro. Like
What?
I give it to him.
Right now or the last few years?
No, just like right now, he's winning in,
Oh, okay,
in like
okay,
real
okay.
football. Got to give it up to the guy, bro. Like that guy, amazing, great. And then my #2 is Josh Allen. I can go down the list, but yeah.
You were hating against Josh Allen like last year.
So it doesn't mean what's on the field and what's real. It doesn't lie, bro. Like what do we say? Yeah.
So
Yeah, and then,
Okay.
that's fine. I mean, it's just like you hated Herbert, like when he barely came.
I didn't
out.
hate Herbert.
You didn't believe in him. But But
I
again, that's
didn't.
far
I
in the
didn't say
past.
he'd be
I'm in the
that great
future.
early on.
And Burrow didn't even make the list. All right, I'm just gonna leave it at. I'll just give you my top two because the rest are kind of interchangeable to me. But mentions are Mahomes, Hurts, Herbert, and I'm put Kirkle up there just because of the numbers he has in fantasy. So, and then it's his last year with the Vikings, so you kind of have to
There-
look out for him. He's probably gonna try to ball out.
No,
Most
they actually
contract
asked him
years.
today
What's up?
to do trade.
Huh?
They asked him today, actually, a couple hours ago, if he can waive his no trade clause.
Wow, I actually put him on that same conversation, but I'll let you guys, talk about your QBs. But I think those names of mine, that was my guys. Tua in real life and Allen in fantasy were my number ones, and then the rest are just interchangeable, which is preference. Who do you like? What do you want from each guy?
What you got, Mr. Blue Moon?
So the top 5 fantasy wise, you obviously just got to filter down the list. Number 1 being Josh Allen. He's a master of both the air and the ground game, and they're 3-2 right now. They don't have the best record, but they are a high-powered offense, and Stephon Diggs is elite. Tight end wise, they're kind of mid-range right now with Kincaid and Dawson Knox. They just got to figure things out. And then they apparently have a 3-headed monster, which is kind of messing me up with James Cook over there in the backfield. But so Josh Allen is number 1. Kirko surprisingly number 2 since they're 1-4. It's really just kind of weird to even say he's a top 5 fantasy quarterback, but he is. It won't last very long considering they lost Justin Jefferson for the foreseeable future. We don't know how long that's going to be. At least 4 weeks, but it could be longer depending on if they continue to sink. Then we have Tua Tagovailoa, obviously a very high-powered offense. They have like 7 of the fastest players in the NFL, which is crazy to even think about. They lost A-Chain, but they still they have just an assortment of weapons that just really can't be caught.
Everybody runs over 22 miles over there, bro. Obviously.
No, it's A-Chain. It's A-Chain.
It's acne,
By the way.
bro. I'm just calling him acne.
Okay. Anyways, number 4 is Hurts. He should be number 1, but this is just we're talking about this week 10, and it's gonna be Hurts at number 1.
Okay.
They're 5-0 right now. They just they can't be stopped. We're just gonna continue to mow through everybody, and I'm being a little biased, but they also are a legitimate team that's Super Bowl worthy in my opinion. So then we have Mahomes as number 5. Of course, what can you say about Andy Reid and his offense? And it's Mahomes. Real life wise, so the way I do it is based off record because they are the engine for that offense and that team in general. They're the captain. So my first 2, and the second one's going to be controversial, but it's going to be Hurts at 5-0, and then Brock Purdy since their team is also 5-0.
No, I agree with you. It should be the other way around, though. It should be the other way around.
Yes, they have McCaffrey. You can really say McCaffrey's the one that's really running that offense, but you can't do it without the quarterback, right? And Purdy has been doing what he needs to do to get them to 5-0. So that's really, and then Tua, Mahomes, and Jared Goff because they're 4-1 right now, and he's actually been balling, low key. So that's pretty much my top 5.
I have to agree. Cause I was already called out Brock Purdy. So we just said about the record 5-0. I'm like, oh, hold on, we got a guy who's been balling.
As soon as I said Brock Purdy, you're the first one to go. What? I'm just saying.
Hey, Jamal didn't like Brock Purdy last year.
Purdy was.
I like him. I like Mr. Relevant. Like,
he was balling.
You hated him.
I mean, I didn't. It's a
you know you did. You know you did. And then I said, great pickup, Purdy. And I got him.
You did. But, it's a 49ers. You got to love him or hate him. And this guy's the last pick of the thing. You don't think how well he's going to do. But the guy's been balling since last year. And you can't hate on the guy been, 14 straight? The 14 straight?
I thought it was 13.
The 13?
Something like
that. If it wasn't for – even the Eagles said if Purdy didn't get injured, they would be a little worried in the championship game last year. They said that already.
Hmm.
So the question is, if Purdy was healthy during the championship game, would the Eagles would have won still?
The answer is he wasn't healthy, so we will never know.
Yeah, I guess we'll never know.
No, we'll leave it.
Mr. Corona.
Well, if I go fantasy-wise, just reading off based on our league, same like Joshua said, Allen 1, Cousins 2, Tua 3, Hurts 4, and Mahomes 5. Real life, I honestly give it to party number 1. I like him. I really do. Allen, I would say Allen number 2. I would do Tua 3, Mahomes 4. And I'm going to say it. I like Stroud.
Ooh!
I like
Someone
him,
has
bro.
some.
I like
Someone
him at
has some
5.
sense here. I'm
Hurts
getting
wasn't
ready to
even on
say.
his list with his
No,
5
no,
record.
no, no.
It's okay. It's
I like him at 5.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, let's there's some numbers. I know you had some, Mr. Dosaki. I know you had some numbers. You had some pulled up.
Oh, not for Stroud, but what do you want?
Oh, I got those numbers for sure. I got
know
I
you
got
got
some more
those.
numbers. I got some
No,
numbers for sure. So,
to me, that's like the rookie of the year right now. Like that dude's gonna be the rookie of the year, bro.
I think he has some a little competition, but yeah, the way he's
He
playing
This
is
He
rookie
takes like
class has been
1,500
great,
yards, I think.
but the QB is the man most of the time, dude. Like he's gonna have the most attention.
I think Mr. Akan or Achane, whatever his name is, was pushing that rookie of the year conversation.
But it's still early. If you ask me, I still think it's Puka.
Who?
Puka Nakua. Puka Nakua.
Puka
whatever you wanna
Nuka?
call it. He's
No.
breaking records. You can't say no when he's breaking records over here. And
He's breaking records, but he wasn't scoring though. He just got his first touchdown last week.
Yeah, so in small sample size, yeah, I saw Achane. I'm like, if he can, continue this throughout the year,
That was
then yes. And but the problem is he's 5'8", like a $150 almost, and he's a small guy.
He's the
So,
third
I mean-
fastest on the team too.
Yeah, no, he is the fastest on the team.
No, he's
yeah.
the third fastest. They're saying.
I heard he was the fastest. I heard he was faster than Tyreek.
No, Tyreek even
Right.
admitted there's another guy on the practice
That's
squad.
someone on the
Practice
practice
squad,
squad,
the white
was it, or
boy.
something like that.
It's a white boy. He said he's
Yeah.
faster. Tyreek said he's not even going to challenge him neither.
Yeah. Damn.
So they say he's faster too than all of them.
Well, anyways, yeah, he had a small sample size and he was balling, but then the injury hit. So unfortunately, this year's been plagued with injuries. So it's like you can't really see the potential of a lot of these guys because of just Nick Chubb and now Jefferson and just Saquon's been injured all year.
Chubb,
So
dude,
it's
don't
just,
even
there's been
say
a
that name.
plethora of injuries, more I think this year than previous years, and it's only week 5.
Of course, and that's the
Hey,
problem. Is
So I'm gonna give you some stats, bro. I'm gonna give y'all some stats. Now, Bud, he already knows these stats. I'm gonna give it to you too, guys. Right? We're talking about QBs, or we were talking about QBs. I want to ask y'all who goes to what. All right, and I'll give you completion percentage, yards this year, and touchdowns this year, and you try to match them up. I'm gonna give you 3 names. Right? I'm gonna give you Burrow, Cousin, and Mahomes. And I want to see if you guys can guess who matches what. And I'll share my screen so you can see how I'm lying to you. I had to pull these numbers up because it's surprising how some players are playing this year, which again goes to fantasy and real life and how it translates. But it's crazy, right? So I'll give you the first thing, which would be the completion rating. 62.4%, 67.2%, and 66.8%. Don't look it up. Who do you think goes with 62.4%? Burrow, Cousins, or Mahomes?
Probably Mahomes.
I'm gonna say Cousins.
Cousins. All
Cousins.
right.
wasn't it 66?
And
Was it?
So 62.4. There's 62.4, 67.2, and 66.8. But the
I'm
lowest.
looking right at his stats. Look at that.
Huh?
Look at his eyes. I'm following Jamal's eyes. He's looking right at some stats right now.
I am.
Yeah,
It's not.
he
It's not.
already knows. Yeah,
It's not on him. It's not on him. It's on the guys that have stats
Yeah,
on.
So who do you think completed 62.4%, the lowest passing percentage completion? Burrow, Cousins, or Mahomes?
I'll say Burrow.
Burrow. Corona, I heard you say Cousins.
Cousins. I'm gonna go with Cousins.
It's
You know
Burrow.
football.
It's Burrow. Burrow. Believe it or not, the highest completion rate is Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins,
shoot.
67.2. Mahomes is at 66.8.
Cousins.
You know
is-
why? They
Cousins.
had a guy named Justin Jefferson with hands. over there.
There you go. Yeah.
Hawkinson has hands. If you go to Mahomes, which one of those receivers have hands?
Okay,
Anthony
I
Barr.
and I
I
agree
get
with you about Mahomes, but at the same time, though, his Cousins has been known for his whole career to be an efficient quarterback. So there shouldn't be no guarantee that saying, "Oh, he's going to be starting 62." No, wait, this guy's been always efficient at quarterback. Not the greatest, he's been efficient.
I'll give you yardage now. I'll give you yardage. We have 1,287, 1,498, and 1,045. Who had the highest yardage? 1,498. Mahomes, Cousins, or Burrow?
Damn.
It's gotta be Cousins. That's one of the things.
Let's say Cousins.
I mean,
What
it's
do y'all
not
say?
no
What do y'all
brainer.
say? What do y'all
He
say?
says Cousins.
Yeah, all y'all say Cousins?
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's 100% true. Can you believe that?
I mean, and we can because Justin Jefferson went off for 150 yards each of the first 3 games, and he also has big play potential with Jordan Addison.
Jesus Christ. And I'll give you the last one, touchdowns. You got 5 touchdowns, 10 touchdowns, and 13 touchdowns. Who do y'all think got the lowest amount of touchdowns?
That's Burrow. 100%.
You already know that.
Bro.
100%, man. He's been
Three, yeah, like 3 or 4 of them
Three
came
of
in
them
last
came
week.
Remember last
Yeah.
Last week came up. Bro, it's been rough. It's been rough. I'm telling you, the
I'm telling
first 2
you,
weeks
man.
were rough, man.
But those are numbers, like I said, it's disappointment so far has been Burrow's, I think, so far this season.
Well, the thing
Bengals
is,
offense.
like, I don't know how bad that injury is that he's been going through, but man,
has
it
to
looks
be
like
bad.
I was watching that game, and it looks like it hurts. It hurts for him to throw or something, man. Like he be throwing like a girl or something.
But look at the numbers, though. The numbers. Thank you for the numbers. But I put some numbers up about other QBs in the league so far. Talking about top 5 QBs. I put another 5 QBs in here who've actually been just about the same level or even better.
Right.
The number 1 QB in the league so far right now really is Tua. He's throwing for 1,600 yards. He has 11 touchdowns. He had a 71% completion ratage. The next guy who's up there, really, you have, Kirko. It's actually Stroud, C.J. Stroud. While his percentage is not as high, he's a rookie, no interceptions. He's one of the quarterbacks with no
Kirko
interceptions.
has
But yeah,
13 touchdowns. 13.
true, he had the most touchdowns. True, but C.J. has 1,400 yards, 1,461, 7 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, but he's at 61.3 percentage. As a rookie, Howell of Washington, Howell. No one knows of Howell. Has 1,300 yards. 1,300 yards. He has 6 touchdowns. He's at 68.6 completion percentage.
Yep.
Sam Howell, who's probably not even owned not more than 50% in the lottery leagues,
No, I don't think
is
so.
up there in the top 5 QBs up there.
That's surprising considering, like, you think about those wide receivers. Like, which one of them, like, really just
Terry,
No,
Terry,
blowing off the map?
Scary
Pretty
Terry.
good, but he's been underwhelming though. You can't
Because
say he hasn't been.
no one's been like actually doing anything over there. It's just Washington. Who really
For him to have
knows?
1,400 yards to the season, that's
It's crazy.
I didn't even think about considering. Like I'm saying, considering you can't think of any of them guys having, just completely killing it right now. No one's really crushing it over there.
But the same thing can be said about CJ. Who's he throwing to that
Tank
has
Dell
14
and
yards?
Nico Collins. What are you
Tank
talking
Dell.
about?
Tank Dell. That's it. Tank
Tank Dell
Dell.
and Nico
Tank
Collins have
Dell.
been going off. Now, if you look at the stats for the Washington receivers, they don't have Tank Dell and Nico Collins type of points. That's why they're
They
not
got
drafted in most of the league. I mean, they are, but they could be on benches,
You know
Okay,
what the people they're throwing to is Scary Terry, Dotson, and Curtis Samuel.
thank you.
I mean,
There's some
but I
there's
know
some
those.
decent
Yeah, they're decent.
there's some
receivers.
good decent names.
Absolutely.
But who's
But
got in their starting lineup?
Scary Terry
I
could
have
be in
a-
somebody's lineup for
Scary
sure.
Terry could be.
If they're struggling, yeah, it could be.
Okay.
Hey, he
The
could be a
next-
flex, man.
The
It's
next
okay
couple of
with-
QBs before you wanted to go to Joe Burrow, we have Brock Purdy, who we already know, but he has that 72.1% completion rate. He's at 1,200, almost 1,300 yards passing. He has 9 touchdowns. He also has 0 interceptions.
0.
Okay, and then Jared Goff, which you already know, Jared Goff is balling,
Yeah.
but Jared Goff is at 1,265, 9 touchdowns,
But Brock Purdy
69.8.
is in an offense where they usually just dump the ball off, bro.
But again,
So
not the ball off. But we're gonna say it this
that's
way:
how I would say he's not getting any interceptions. But I
Jalen
give it up to him.
Hurts,
He's
Jalen
been
Hurts.
throwing
I'll give
down to Ayuk. I don't know what you're talking about, man. He's been making some nice throws.
Oh,
Jalen Hurts
that George Kittle
is
one, loved it.
is a good QB. He actually can throw. He can actually run. And he can do the whole thing. He's not a game manager. Brock Purdy, on the other hand, is an absolute game manager. Now I give him his props. He's winning games, but he plays that system to a T, and it's the system. Put C.J. Stroud in that thing. C.J. Stroud, what he's doing in Houston is fucking crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you. I haven't seen the way he's been balling since game one, and I know they lost against the Ravens. I already saw it right there. I was like, man, this guy's gonna be really good, real quick, faster than we expected. And in fact, they're already saying he's way better than Carolina, Bryce Young, Anthony Richardson. All the hype about Anthony Richardson, and he does say he's better. Yeah, the guy. Trevor Lawrence even told him after week 1, you need to learn how to slide. And what happened to him this last week? Took a hit.
Done.
Yeah, but he's a small guy, man. He's a small guy.
Richardson's not a small guy.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking about the number 1 pick. Sorry.
No, Richardson is not a small guy. Trevor Lawrence told him, hey, after the week 1, you need to learn how to slide. He didn't learn how to slide. What happened? He got injured twice already so far this season. We're 5 games in.
They learn, whether it's the easy way or the hard way.
Yeah, that's true. So those are like the QBs you're thinking about. Real life, fantasy life. Dude, I'm telling you now, if you're looking for a dynasty, Stroud's the way to go. And you might have to go with Howell. That's an unknown. You might have to go with Howell.
I was not looking bad though, man. If you watch some of his throws, you watch his poise, he's not bad.
He's not.
You know, and I'm saying that's coming from the same division as him. You know, I cannot hate the guy. I like what I see. Honestly, he's not bad. I was like at first, I was like, I don't know about this guy. He's just another, just another quarterback. He's nothing special. And I actually watched and just paid attention to him, and he's nice. He's not bad.
Is he better than Dak?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Oh, the Cowboys hater. Okay, so let's go to the next thing. So
I'm
this
not
so
a
far.
Cowboy hater.
So
I'm a
so
Cowboy
far
fans hater. They're just annoying. What do you want?
we're
me to
about a quarter of the way this season already in the year. Couple of things. Who has been as advertised from the beginning of the season?
I'm gonna go with my boy. With my boy, dog. With my boy
Who?
Josh. I'm gonna go with Jalen Hurts. He's been
Okay.
as advertised.
Okay.
He's 5-0. How you putting glasses?
Does that matter? Does that matter? Because I want to be able to read this shit so I can do it correctly. So does it matter if he's 5-0?
I think it does. You're saying
How?
as advertised.
Well, yeah, as advertised, fantasy wise and real life wise, are they as advertised? As Jalen Hurts is advertised at the beginning of the season? Because I didn't think he was supposed to be the number 2 quarterback.
He's been drafted as the second quarterback in fantasy. Well, yeah, between him and Josh Allen, I think it's kind of a toss between the two.
Yeah. So is he up there? I mean, is he as advertised?
I think he is. There's nothing to dislike about him. Like, what would you say that he hasn't lived up to?
I think mostly it had to be on the lines of maybe it's not as big plays as it was last year.
Okay.
Because last year it was all about, oh, Devontae went off this week. Oh, AJ went off really big this week. So had like 4 or 5 big plays just in one game, or this guy had 3 touchdowns this game. You haven't seen much until last week. AJ Brown went for 150, 160.
Yeah, and so did finally Dallas Goedert when
Got a touchdown.
Yeah, he got a touchdown, which he was hot last year too. So maybe they're just having a slow start. I mean, we say this about Patrick Mahomes. He gets somewhat of a slow start, so we're not hating on him either. But I feel like he's not playing like he was last year. I guess at the end of the year, where Patrick
He's playing like a game manager.
Huh?
I think he's playing like a game manager. You
Yeah.
want to talk about game management? He's not blowing. He's not doing those astronomical numbers as you used to seeing, but he is still man. That's why they're 4-1. He is being a game manager and doing what's necessary just to get that dub.
Yep.
No more, no less.
Who you got as advertised, Mr. Blue Moon?
You said Corona. You go first.
Corona, who you got as advertised?
I like Bijan.
Bijan?
Bijan Robinson, brother.
I give you that. I like Bijan.
Those them highlights.
That highlights. I think they're going to try and put him everywhere.
I mean, coming in, he was doing some split time with Tyler, but I think he's getting worth it right there. He's worth it.
I think that offense, the way it's being run right now with Arthur Smith and all, putting Bijan in the flex and the slot receiver spot is actually smart in keeping Tyler as a main focus back. It's going to keep the longevity for Bijan. And the way he's moved, the way he cuts, is like so like poetry. I'll put it that way.
You seen all those? You seen all the angles from the top?
Yeah, the
to
top.
side. That
Yeah.
he looks good. He looks
It
good.
looks clean.
That,
Looks
that
really
one
Would you
clean.
catch
say
without
he-
even
would you-
taking
would
full
you-
control of it yet and run for the touchdown.
Would you say he looks better than Saquon when he came out?
Now, Saquon was like a.
I'm just
I'm
asking
not gonna lie to you.
because they're
Nah,
comparable.
nah, that's
They're-
a
they're
little
two
too much.
good
That's a little
running
too
backs.
I love Shaquan in college. I had like a man crush on him, and that's no homo shit. But I love
I don't know if
Shaquan.
you say no homo after that. You let me know, man.
Okay. Okay. All right. That's too much. All right. Blue Moon, who you got?
So it sounds like we're kind of speaking out of bias. I think. Do you have Bijan on your team over there, Corona?
If he does.
Yeah. So I'm gonna pick someone that I have on my team, and he doesn't let down, man. He should have. I think he should have been in place with Jamar Chase as number 2, maybe even number 1 wide receiver, but Tyreek Hill, man, he's just electric. He's on electric offense, high powered. He's at 651 yards already with 5 touchdowns. The top wide receiver right now up to date. So you can't go wrong with Tyreek Hill. He runs, he catches, he's explosive, man.
I have to agree. I think there was a talk we had before was can a player outside of a QB be a franchise changing player? I think Tyreek Hill entered that conversation.
Oh yeah.
Do you have a man crush on him too, or is it just
no man crush like that on him. He doesn't have to die like that.
just Saquon, man?
Just
Good
like one has to
question,
die. But I would say the other guy who's been as advertised are just as good as has to be McCaffrey. I know
Oh yeah.
it is kind of high. He's like one of the top picks, but he's been consistent. He's been consistent from day one, and you want the points as your top pick to be getting those 25 and 30 points a game. He's been doing it.
Yep.
Every game.
I mean, like I guess speaking like fantasy wise, when you're looking at your running backs and who you're gonna choose for that to be that RB1, there's really not many guys that can come up to what McCaffrey's doing fantasy wise.
Exactly. That's the thing about the last few years. Running backs are very scarce. You can just get any of them down the road for get you 10, 12 points. But to be doing 25 and 30 points a game, it's very rare.
Yeah.
So the MVP, I'm gonna say it to you, the MVP right now is gonna have to be McCaffrey.
Yeah.
No doubt.
I think
There's
we
no
can all
one.
agree on that.
I mean, Justin Jefferson at one point had a good chance at it. No, he was catching everything. But McCaffrey is on another planet right now.
Yeah.
And there's no stopping him because that line for San Francisco is just amazing.
Yeah.
So that's an easy decision. I think the biggest disappointment right now, I'm not going to lie to you, Burrow. Joe Burrow.
You see the stress on his face too. It's crazy.
The disgust on my face is bad. And the fact is I had him pick higher and then I mistakenly picked Kirko. I'm glad I picked Kirko as a backup.
Yeah.
That's a plan with Joe Burrow.
Is that when you started sobering up when you picked him?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, just like all his rookie receivers. Yeah.
Hey, don't slam my rookie receivers.
Yeah.
They're already being discussed as a good thing. And trust me, Kirko loves Addison just as much.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna have to now.
Yeah. I mean, he's gonna do great this week for you.
Of course.
should.
The next 4
Him
weeks,
and
5 weeks.
KJ should see some increased targets.
Yeah, someone just pick up KJ.
Yeah.
Yeah, Paul Tucker.
Tuckett.
He was sitting there for a minute. I thought someone was gonna scoop him up. I kind
saw
of hoping it
him.
wasn't.
Yeah, but I was kind of like,
Yeah.
I saw him. I was like, man, but I saw Jacoby Myers. He dropped him, and I was like, yeah, let me have that guy.
Yeah.
No, he's my new addition. So
Do y'all think that issue with Devontae Adams, being that he don't like it that they don't got that winning mentality? What do you think is going on there?
the frustration.
that's
The
more
fact that
front
Jimmy G-
office and coaching. To be honest, there's something going on that we don't know. Besides them
Well-
not winning, that it's clear.
Do we know that we don't know? Because I mean, Chandler Jones has been saying this shit out loud for
Well,
the whole season.
please explain.
Chandler Jones saga. I mean, that he got arrested. He got committed already.
Is that the guy that had mental issues?
You see
Yes.
this guy.
Well, they're saying he has mental issues,
Okay,
You got CTE, man.
but
Yeah.
it's not. Dude, the guy's a defensive player. Never been had a concussion. When did he have concussion?
you mean they never really diagnosed him with a concussion, and he could surpass the concussion protocols? I mean, look at Tua.
Yeah.
Okay. To what?
I'm
Okay.
just saying. I'm just
Let's put it
saying.
this way. Let's put it this way.
saying.
So if you're gonna say that you had a concussion, you had a concussion. It can be severe, like to it can be something mild that came up. Like Tank Dell had a concussion.
Okay.
Roshan Johnson had a concussion this past week, but it wasn't big notified. It was just real quick. He had a concussion protocol. Okay, cool, concussion protocol, and a lot of hits can be concussions. But Chandler Jones has never really had a talk about he had concussion. When?
Chandler Jones has been in the league how many years?
I want to say at least 7 or 8 years. I can look it up.
Okay, so all these new concussion protocols have come only as of lately. It hasn't been some. It hasn't been that before they were that, like I would say, fragile about it. They were just like, hey, let him play. He got it. He got it. So
They got neurologists in the box now. They're actually analyzing all the players after each play. So they're cracking down on this big time because they don't want any lawsuits.
exactly. Before it was, oh, he's good. No, he's walking.
And I get that, but
Okay,
the same
so
time
that's what
though
I'm
is
saying, where he probably does have that disease in his brain.
okay. So he may have the disease. So Chandler Jones has been saying this stuff out loud all season long. First of all, he hasn't been able to play because the front office. He says it's the coach and the front office owner.
That's what I said. Front office and coaches. We don't
But
know.
he's saying, and now they cut him his check, and now they haven't committed. Now I'm not gonna get to all the legal mumbo jumbo of what he's been going through, but there's been a lot said from his side on social media. Now Devontae has been clearly saying the same thing. He doesn't like the way the team's been going, and I get frustration. Losing sucks. When you lose, everybody's frustrated. But the fact is simple: is Devontae the same guy? Because what we already said before a long time ago was once you hit 30, you're over the hill in football terms.
Well, I would say this: he is still the guy, but the problem is Jimmy Garoppolo can't throw it to him. He basically that's why Jacoby Myers is getting 12 targets a game because he's right there in front where he can actually throw it.
There you
He's
go.
right in his range,
Yes.
basically. But
Yes.
he's trying to go over the top to Devontae Adams, which he's
Yeah.
probably open most of the time. Jimmy G he's not the one.
Yep.
At least not yet. He hasn't shown it.
Mhm.
So then, okay, then. So he's not right. He's not wrong for saying that he doesn't want to be in Raider, even though he grew up as a Raider fan. But the team's not committed because why they can't bring no one in, and I don't blame them because the front office is not the right place to be at, and they made a lot of bonehead decisions. I mean, they cut up all their recent draft picks and cut them all recently, besides Josh Jacobs. Everyone's been cut. So quite frankly, what's the team doing? They're trying to win? Are they trying to improve? Are they trying to redo everything? And for a guy pushing 30, I wouldn't want to be part of that team either.
Yeah. I mean, thankfully, you could say that he has gotten a Super Bowl ring, right? So
No. I don't
Oh,
think
he
he got
didn't get
one.
one. I thought he went. He didn't get one with Rodgers, huh?
No, Rodgers didn't win one.
Oh.
Long time.
Dang. Oh yeah, he's gonna be in a look for one. He strikes me as that type of player that he wants a Super Bowl ring.
Well, the question comes into though is, if you were to trade him, where would you trade him to? Because he has the richest contract for
Well,
receiver.
now you talk about money. Who can afford him? It ain't
Who can
where. It's
afford
who
him?
can afford him.
Now, if you're gonna go to trades for him, you gotta eat some of that money if you're the Raiders, because to make the trade work.
Well, the Raiders probably just want picks at this point since they're cutting all their drafts. I mean,
But the question is, where would he fit better in? Because I know Carolina are willing to want a number one receiver for their guy.
man, can Texans afford him? Dang, bring him over here.
Texas could afford him, but they're gonna need to eat some of that money to the Raiders to make sure to afford him.
Man.
But the Texans also. This is one thing. I've already gave up a pick for this coming up draft to the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah.
That's the problem, and they gave up their own pick.
You know where he needs to go? Kansas City.
Kansas
Think
City.
about all the extra money they're bringing in from those Swifties or whatever. You know,
You know,
they got to bring in some money for that. They got to have more cap space now to be able to afford
if it was like a
Kelsey.
baseball kind of deal, then yeah. But they're not. They're on a collective bargaining agreement, so therefore they can't work that way. But I see where you're going. And Kansas City does need a receiver, and I think he will fit great in that offense. I think you'll probably see Randy Moss numbers.
He'll be happy there.
Randy Moss numbers will come out of that offense real quick with them. I think.
Oh,
Hit
yeah.
the ball.
He'll get the ball.
He will get the ball.
It's like how Jamar Chase said, "I'm fucking open." You know, he's down there.
Yeah.
So, trade possibility and fantasy. Who do you think about possibly you want to target?
Well, we didn't all go through our disappointments. I didn't hear Corona.
Oh, you hit Twitter. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Corona, you got disappointment? Corona, you on mute?
I don't think he's
Oh,
on
somebody.
mute.
Yeah, he goes.
All right. Hey, Gibbs.
Gibbs.
God damn, bro.
That's you. You got them
I can't win with this guy. I
How we
can't
drafted
win,
him.
bro.
He drafted him
They
high. That's
did
why.
whatever possible to not give him the ball.
Your baby's disappointed too.
Yeah, give me 1 second.
I feel you, bro.
Go ahead.
I was watching. Okay, nah, go ahead.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Dosa Keys. Who
No,
disappointed?
I was just saying. I mean, I feel him on that. I mean, I guess it. Man, it's gonna suck to say this, but I would say like in fantasy, but Mahomes, right? Like I drafted him with my first round pick, and he ain't putting up what I thought he was gonna put up. But he's not like super disappointed. But out of my whole team, it's like put into perspective of my first pick, first round, first pick.
Mm-hmm.
This is who I go with, and then bam, disappoints me. You know, but I mean, that's just how I see it. It's not like a complete disappointment, but you know, for a first round pick, you would expect a lot more, right? Like anybody you pick in your first round pick, like Justin Jefferson, Christian McCaffrey, even Nick Chubb, right? Yeah, you're like, that's my home run guy, and for that purpose, I would go with him. That's about it.
Fair. I gave you that. And I get what Mr. Corona here says about Gibbs, and I was high on Gibbs. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm high on Gibbs because the Lions were high on Gibbs, and I told you before the draft, I like Gibbs the way he brings to the team. I hope the Texans can get him. Could be a different kind of pace of back for the Texans. But the way he went high, I know Corona just kind of went high on him. It is a little underwhelming because it's Montgomery, the lead back in Detroit.
I mean, but Montgomery isn't a bad running back.
He's not. But at the same time, though, is the Lions last year used Jamal Williams and Swift equally. It's been all Montgomery. Why is that? And Swift is doing practically the same in Philadelphia, maybe a little bit better because he's only back there and got two other smaller backs in Philadelphia. No offense. But that's what it have in Philly.
Yeah. We haven't had a workhorse since LaShawn McCoy. I mean, I think we've just been trying to search for that one.
Yeah.
And Swift is definitely, hands down that one. He's been proving himself. He's a monster.
He's a Philly boy too. That's the thing. He's home.
Yeah.
So he's gonna do that city proud. And so I'm not saying that Gibbs is gonna be he's gonna be disappointed the whole season. No, Gibbs is gonna turn around. He has to turn around some way. But right now, in the core of the season, yeah, I'll say I feel you.
I've seen Montgomery get hurt before, so
he has seen him hurt.
Let's not, and then it might be late in the season where Jamar Gibbs is like, boom, league winner, last 4 weeks, puts you in the playoffs and wins them for you.
It doesn't surprise me because it happened several times before already.
Yep.
It happened several times before, but for right now, yeah, I'll have to give it. He is a little disappointment if you drafted him in the first 3 rounds because he was going high. As soon as the draft part started, he was going kind of high. When it started, it was low. But when it came to the season starting, he was getting drafted high more than he should have been. That's all it was.
Yeah. Let me go ahead and knock out my disappointment real quick. I didn't draft him as high, but it's like when he's your tight end one, you want big things to happen with him, especially when you draft him like in the 6th. I forgot where I drafted. But Kyle Pitts has been a bum. He was a bum last year. I didn't learn my lessons by watching him play last year. I was getting Ritter to get his shit together and actually figure out how to utilize his weapons, especially someone as big and strong as this guy is, but I've been watching some of his just routes and stuff. It's really hard for him to break away. He blew up last week, but I'm starting him right now with very little confidence in him doing it again. So it's like I'm expecting maybe another 6-point game or something like that and just continue to be just agonized by this guy. the rest of the year. You know, can't really deal him out in the trade. You know, I understand tight ends are scarce, but it's like it's been, you know, he's just been a thorn in my side.
Can we say it's a disappointment if it happens every fucking year since he's been in the league?
Well, what's his like his third year?
Uh,
Who are you talking about?
Okay.
Kyle
Oh,
Pitts.
yeah.
Oh,
third or fourth year. He's not on a 5th year deal yet.
But he's one
I
of them
thought
guys.
it's his
where it's
second
like,
year.
No, hell no. No.
So it's his third year for sure.
It has to be at least his 3rd year.
I thought it was his second year. I thought last year he was a rookie.
No. Rookie last year.
Yeah. Let's say I'm not drafting him anymore.
I wouldn't draft him at all.
It's safe to say I'm not drafting him anymore.
If I don't get one of the top 3 guys, you know, I'm just gonna wait until like the last round to pick up whoever.
Pretty much.
Hey,
I mean,
Sam Laporta.
and Laporta
Talk
actually
about him.
was
Sam
picked
Laporta.
up barely the day of the season opener, like an hour or two. The guy's been a top 3 tight end so far.
You know, and the guy who has that, Eighth Wonder, has Kelsey and Sam Laporta.
Crazy.
2 of the best
Crazy.
tight ends right now. Hands down. Mark Andrews, who? I'm just saying. I'm just saying, like I have Mark Andrews, and I was like, damn, I wish I had Laporta.
So it's Kyle Pitts' 3rd year.
Third
Back
year.
in the league.
I knew it was his 3rd year, yeah. So it's like it's his junior year. You expect, you know, this will be the time where we turn things around, and it's just like
They'll
he's
take-
just
and a new
invisible.
QB and a different QB.
No,
than
the
we have.
QB is still the guy they had last year throwing. So it's not like it's like crazy. Oh, it's out of play. Ritter ain't the greatest QB. He knows that, and we all know that.
He
But
said
the
he
But they're
same
just not
Texas,
utilizing him in his offense correctly. They're going like Johnny Smith. Johnny Smith.
yeah.
You know, they're just not using this guy. Like,
But Johnny Smith has been in the system with Arthur Smith back in Tennessee.
yeah, I agree. That's why he's disappointing. So.
Yeah, I give you that. I mean, but it's like these guys making fun of me a couple of years ago about how I root for the Texans, and every year I get hurt every year.
Hey, I got a question for y'all. Do y'all think Kirk Cousins? I'm over here, little Kirko. Do you think he would fit good in the Bucks offense? I
Yes.
just thought about that.
Well,
That was like
but the thing is, you can't throw out a question that Jesus, what's his name? Baker looks like the guy that he was supposed to be when he came in the league originally.
I feel like you swap those 2 quarterbacks and they'll still be the same teams. I'm not gonna lie. I'm getting that vibe. You know, seeing him over there, he's balling over there. You know, in Tampa Bay. So I don't see much of a difference between the 2 as of right now.
Yeah, that's the only we were talking about like trades. I had made that I have made a note. I was like, I wonder if Kirk Cousins were to go to the Bucks, you think he would look good? You think Kyler Murray would look at ATL?
Yes,
Hawks?
automatically. They'll talk about that already earlier. There was talk about him going to ATL. But ATL and also Washington have been looking for quarterbacks, and ATL is really interested in either Justin Fields or Kyler Murray.
Ooh, Justin Fields.
Justin Fields.
Ugh.
Because Chicago's also be looking into getting a quarterback for the next coming draft, which they're already looking at apparently last draft if one of the QBs dropped to number 8.
Yeah, they give him a chance. Man. They gotta have some more confidence in the guy. You can see he can ball out, man. It's just there's something up there, you know.
Yeah.
Let's bring up the facts. Plain and simple. Justin Fields, is he a QB? No, he's not a QB. I'm not gonna lie to you. All that talk about Lamar Jackson not being a QB and this, that's horseradish. Lamar Jackson is actually his QB. He can actually throw the ball and actually stay in the pocket. His running ability is actually on point and it's actually amazing the way he can cut like DJ. But at the same time though, it's Justin Fields. You don't have that possibility of passing correctly like Lamar Jackson can. So therefore, he's not a quarterback.
It's funny you say that considering Justin Fields has more air yards than Joe Burrow this year so far.
That's funny, I know, because Justin Fields never gets over 200 yards a game. Until the last 2 games, he actually went over 200 yards. I'm like shocked.
What if that trend continues? What if that trend continues? Then he's gonna shut up all the haters.
Yeah, we saw what he did last year. You remember? Oh, I won't forget that. You were talking shit about Justin Fields and me picking him up last year. And what did he do? He just went off. He wreaked havoc. I still have that save somewhere when you're talking
He
shit.
wreaked
He ain't shit.
havoc on his
He
legs,
still.
not even the air. He wreaked havoc on the legs.
That's fine. It's this is 2023-24. You know,
There was more
quarterbacks
games.
are multi-dimensional now.
Then let's
They
go
don't
with
just
Tim
throw. They're not
Tebow.
pocket passers. They can do everything.
He was getting more down on his legs for fantasy purposes, which has cost more points than passing. When you can run more than you actually pass yards, you're not a quarterback, bro. You're actually just a position player.
Hey, he still
beg
got the
different.
ball to DJ Moore.
Quarterback
I'm
is the
happy
leader
about
of the team. How we get it done, just get it done.
Okay, the
Now
leader of the team is not just the field. The leader of the team is probably someone else, the head coach. That's what the leader of the team is. Because quite frankly, he ain't the leader of the team.
You learn that from the youth programs, man. Back in the little collar days, man. The quarterback is the one who runs shit. Okay, if your quarterback ain't shit, then they're the one who takes the coach, and then the quarterback is the one that takes all the the negative
Deshaun
feedback.
Watson was running for his life that one year. And he threw the ball. So I'm not gonna downplay Justin Fields' game right now. He's 2 games back to back. He does it. I can't hate on the guy. I can't even say he's not a QB right now. I can't.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
He looked good last week, throwing those bombs to DJ Moore.
He
Yeah,
did. I'm not going to hate the guy. The guy the last 2 weeks have been balling. I'm not sure what they
Put some
did.
respect on his name, then, Jamal. If you don't want to, you don't want to. I know you don't want to admit it, but he is here to stay, man.
If he's here to stay, let him be here to stay. Again, I want him to be a QB and not be a guy who just only runs the ball the whole time and not pass the ball, because he has weapons more than he had last year.
I mean, they traded away Claypool. Hey, that's another.
Claypool was definitely a goalie.
That was funny. I'm a top 3, top 5. Y'all gonna replay this clip? Oh.
Well, we're gonna keep revisiting this conversation though. Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna check on different things every week.
We will.
All right.
Promise.
We'll do that. I'm gonna do that for you.
Okay, so
let's keep going though.
So let's go to start, bench, or fire. I mean, cut.
Well, I didn't hear everyone's possible trades.
Yeah, I got it.
I mean, possible trades. I think if you're talking about Kirko should go to the Jets.
To the Jets? Nah. For 1 year? Because they're not.
This is last year anyway.
It's gonna be
last year anyway.
It's gonna
This
be
is last year anyways. Why not?
It's gonna be just a showcase.
Why not? I mean, those receivers need some weapons to be thrown. Someone needs to be thrown to the weapons they have.
I agree. And you said they tried to ask him to lift his no trade clause?
Today they asked him to lift his no
trade
trade
clause. I
clause.
know about that. It's just funny. He just came up on my mind. I was like, you know what? If you're going to talk about a guy who needs to be traded, it's going to be Kirko. Right now, he's hot. Trade him while he's hot.
I mean, if, like you said, Josh, about Justin Jefferson going to IR today, he actually went on IR today. And there's already talk like yesterday about if the Vikings don't win, there could be a possible sell-off and they can start restarting, because the Broncos are actually clearly in that move right now. The only person they said they're not selling the Broncos is Russell Wilson is not going anywhere. And I don't blame them because they put the money in there. Now, same thing for Vikings. The GM already said when he first took office last year.
I know this. Oh, God.
Last year, who should start at QB? Is it Kirko here to stay? He said he's not going to be here.
God,
so therefore, why would you pay your QB who's already getting, what, 40+ million already this year, and you're losing? If Justin Jefferson doesn't come back, you got to pay him. Let Kirko go, which, by the way, the Jets, who are all in this year, why not go all in? Do whatever you can. Get Kirko. Let your receivers and your weapons ball in New York. It's the biggest stage. And let Brett Favre do his thing, and then let Kirko go in the season. It would be a win-win for both teams in New York and also for them.
So are you saying you're not going to give Aaron Rodgers a second chance? I mean, he didn't even get a chance to prove himself. He may be back. He's going to be hungry to.
We all know Aaron Rodgers' brother to be on the podcast with that guy and also be taking LSD in Mexico or South America.
It's Mexico or Mexico. You can't say it the way you said it, bro.
Okay, Mexico. Okay, it's that way.
It was at Mexico. Oh.
So I'm not saying it's over for Aaron Rodgers. I'm just saying the fact is he's not going to be back till in the season. In the season, it's going to be trying to work his way back in.
They're not going to let him in.
Dude, let's get Kirko. It'd be just as good enough for you. He can throw the ball, put the ball where it needs to be at. He can throw at least 20 yards on the field. and you're not worried about someone young QB who's gonna mess up for you or try and bang some grandma in the stands.
Who's getting Caleb Williams next year? All right, that's pretty much it.
It's time
Corona,
right now.
you got any trades?
I honestly think. Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Go
you're
ahead.
good.
Go
Jesus.
ahead.
You're good. You're good.
You're good. You're good. You're good.
Give me 1 second.
Oh, he's just
I
hungry.
I know.
That's all it is.
I think this. The thing going on over there in Indy with Jonathan Taylor and Zach Moss. Here's the deal. So you got Taylor that just got paid, right?
Mm-hmm.
You slowly trying to bring him in. Where does that put Moss into play? This guy just bought out on you this last game. What do you do with him? Because obviously he's gonna want to play.
Where are you gonna trade him to though?
Since the Ravens.
I mean, you don't think he might
The
go to the
Ravens. Hey,
Ravens be nice.
they
Ravens
do
be
need
nice.
a running back.
That's a Raven type of back too. He's physical.
That would be sick. I'm just letting you know. And you did take mine, by the way, fool. I was just, Zach Moss was like right there. I was like, okay, as soon as he
Yeah.
I'll speak on Zach Moss. Go ahead, man. I want to hear what you got to say.
But yeah, that's my pick.
That's a good pick.
Yeah, I mean, I never thought about it, but yeah, I mean, kind of cheap too to actually go to the Ravens.
And funny enough, like I got that notification. I was at work. I sent it straight over to Demar. I was like, hey, trying to make a difference.
Yeah, I got the notification right when you told me about it. It's like, oh shit, he got paid. He got paid. It wasn't like big, but he got paid. He got to start.
It's
Yeah,
good
for
enough
sure.
for me. Yep.
Good enough for me. What you got, Mr. Blue Moon?
Well, like I said, he stole my Zach Moss pick, so I'm gonna just go ahead and just one off the dome it. I'll say Jerry Jeudy needs to find a home where he can actually ball out, man. Jerry Jeudy, I feel like he still has a lot of hidden potential that he cannot just unleash because of just where he's at right now. All the little, the little cryptic tweets he's sending out, man. I think he's also in the same kind of mindset as Devontae Adams.
You think he would fit at the Texans?
Oh yes, yes please, yes please.
I can see him there. I can see him anywhere but Denver at this point.
Oh God! Well, it's
Pat
anywhere
Mahomes
but Denver.
No, Carolina might be there too, but looking the way CJ been balling with the weapons that he has,
Yeah.
CJ looks like he can put the ball anywhere he wants
You're
to.
you're gonna want to get him a receiver, bro.
Yes.
You also got to think about what he's doing. Like, wow, that starting O line is hurt.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so if he's doing what he's doing, then two more guys are gonna come back this week, and after the bye, which you have bye after this weekend. I mean, he's gonna look nice with that new O line coming back.
Hopefully, because we have seen before where they come back and they do worse. So
True.
let's just hope that's what happens.
If CJ can ball with the third string lineman and ball like that, I don't care if it's second team or not. Just get this guy a weapon who can actually catch and run down the field.
That's what I'm thinking. And
Yeah.
I mean, maybe we might be able to draft a player. You never know.
We could draft a player real quick, and that's not a problem. And I've been saying Marvin
you got
Harrison
Casario.
Jr.
What you saying? Casario, we trust.
Casario, I trust in Casario because this guy has been balling on draft picks all the whole fucking time. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Hey, does he keep his job?
Yeah, he does. 100%. He hit it on the nails the last couple of years with the draft, the way he's been actually getting first round picks. And this past year, the draft, and it's a little side tangent, but this past year, the draft, it was a very, very unusual draft. You don't trade into the top 3 picks and get 2 picks. You don't trade into it. It's like you're killing your franchise for the future. But he hit on every single one. This is a chance that the Texans can probably get the offense rookie of the year and possibly the defense rookie of the year and be back-to-back, second time ever it been happened before. Because last year it was the Jets.
Yeah.
This year they can probably get both of them in the Texans. And if he hits on both of them, that first pick for this next year coming up draft is completely worth it. Completely worth it.
Yeah.
Because Will Anderson looks like the dude you need to have
He
on
looks
your
good.
team.
Yeah,
He looks good. He looks unstoppable. And
He
from
can
I'm
only
not
get bigger. And stronger.
bigger. The thing is, he's not even that big. I think he's a little bit smaller than
But I'm
TJ.
saying
And
he could get bigger.
the fact is simple. He's also the number 3 guy getting the most double teams in the league.
They're scared.
And he's a rookie. He's a
They're
rookie,
scared.
small rookie. He's
Scared.
getting double teamed that much already. So if I were to say let's go into this thing about who you start, bench, and cut.
Oh man, give me the names. Give me the names.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. It's
Give
gonna
me
be
the
good.
names.
Okay, we're gonna start with QBs. Okay, QBs. You're gonna Stroud versus the Saints. Joe Burr versus the Seahawks,
Burr.
or Dak Prescott versus the Chargers.
I'll let Blue Moon take this one first.
No, he already making no. He's gonna cut Dak Prescott. You already know he's gonna
Yeah,
cut.
you already know that. I don't need to. Yeah, you already know I'm not even mentioning his name. He's not worthy. I'm gonna sit Stroud and start Burrow.
What?
And the reason I say that is because the Saints defense is pretty stout this year, and they're coming off a shutout against New England. Yes, it's against New England, but they're coming off that game. They're gonna bring momentum into Houston potentially, and they could put a lot of pressure on Stroud. Burrow's coming off his hot game. I know, I mean, you're riding Burrow this week, I think, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm right.
In the hopes that he's going to continue this route. They're going to get the Seahawks. They are improving on defense. But I mean, last week he had like a QB rating of 108. I mean, he had 3 touchdowns, and I think this game could potentially be a shootout. I think the over/under is like 45. I think they can actually go over.
Now you do know that you say that the Saints defense were this and this, and I get it. Saints defense has been a little on point,
Mm-hmm.
but the Seahawks defense, the last game they played, because they had a bye week last week, the Seahawks defense with
Who they
Devon
play?
Witherspoon was
Who
the
they play?
Giants. The Giants.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, hold on. They tore them up. It wasn't just like a beat down like the Dallas Cowboys did. It was a murder show. There was like what 11
You know what
sacks.
that sounds like? Oh yeah, the game against New England for New Orleans. You're just basically comparing the same thing,
You mentioned the
New
Giants,
Orleans-
right? The Giants,
Giants.
who suck.
They suck, but
Okay,
it was
I mean-
dismantled. It was 11 sacks. It was like 3 or 4 interceptions.
Dude,
2 of
but
them were
you're talking
returned.
about the Giants, man. Like if you would have said another team, I would have been like, oh, okay. If it would have happened against like the Lions, against even the Texans, I'd be like, oh, okay. Like even the Texans, I say are better. So why like that shouldn't even be a surprise.
I don't think we should discount the Seahawks defense just yet.
I'm not. But I agree with what Blue Moon is saying. I have it the same exact way. I'd fire Dak, bench Stroud, and start Burrow. He's hot right now.
Hold on, let me make sure you get this thing. Are we playing in Houston next week?
Yeah.
We are.
in Houston?
You are.
Yeah, it's gonna be in Houston. They got okay. Let me cut in.
Go ahead. Do yours. Go ahead.
I'm gonna start Stroud because it's gonna be a home game. You gotta win. You gotta buy next week. You just came off like a little disappointing loss,
Okay.
And after that, we'll bench Burrow, and I'm cutting Prescott. You ain't doing it for me.
Fired.
You ain't doing it for me.
I want to say real quick too. T. Higgins is going to be playing right, and
Supposedly.
Tate Dell is concussed, so they're going to lose. They're going to have one, wide receiver less, playing in this game against New Orleans. So just throwing that out there.
You're writing the same way that Mr. Blue Moon is writing. I'm guessing that those were keys.
Yeah, no, I have it like that. I have it written down on my notes. It's just the way that Burrow's hot, and once he gets hot, I haven't seen him get cold.
I have to say, I'm going to ride the way that Corona's doing it. I'm going to start Stroud. Stroud is too hot to be benching right now. And I'm not nothing against Burrow, and I love Burrow, and I understand the
Is
points
Burrow
you're
in
making.
your starting lineup?
No, actually, Kirko is.
I thought you said what?
No, Kirko. He was originally, but I put Kirko back in.
You might be disappointed.
Little Kirko.
But I mean, coming off, it's a toss up. They can both go either way, and they can both not go either way. So it just depends, to be honest.
It really
Can't
can.
knock one off and not put the other. They're both relatively the same.
And I think Burrow can turn it around this week, but I that defense and Devon Witherspoon, which is the cornerback that got drafted, the rookie. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm kind of scared if I want to play against him. The guy can hit, the guy can catch, the guy's playing awesome defense. I don't know, but CJ is kind of too hot to be benched right now.
The
Okay.
Seahawks are getting Jamal Adams back, I believe, too. But I really firmly believe that the Saints defense will be better than the Seahawks defense.
We gotta see where it goes to. Okay, the running backs. Running backs gonna be different. We got Brees Hall versus the Eagles.
Best
Kenneth
defense.
Walker. Kenneth Walker versus the Bengals, and David Montgomery versus the Buccaneers.
I'll take this one real quick. You're gonna start Walker, bench Hall, and cut Montgomery. Even though I do not want to do any of those, I'll tell you why. Very easy. The Eagles have the best defense. Brees Hall is awesome. They have the best run defense. Sorry,
Who? Eagles. Yeah,
The
I was
Eagles
going to
do.
say. Okay,
The
okay.
Eagles have the best run defense. The Bengals have allowed 113 yards per game. They're averaging 113 yards per game getting ran on. Kenneth Walker's going to run that. Kenneth Walker's going to run that. I
Okay.
guarantee he's going to go for over 113 yards. Touchdown plus. And Montgomery, it's like you don't want to see him cut. It's just like, to me, it was a toss-up between the benches. It really was just like bench both of them. I wouldn't cut Montgomery either. He just came off a hot game. But the one person I would start would be Walker, just because he's going against the Bengals and their run defense has not been great.
My numbers don't lie.
Numbers don't lie. They've been allowing 113 yards per game. And,
What you got?
and the Eagles defense is the best run defense right now.
And realistically, looking at it, I'm not going to knock on the Eagles, but that front line and front four is really what it is. No one else on that defense.
I'm just telling you, I think they're under, what was it, 90 or 80 yards, something like that they average per rushing per game, bro.
Because Jalen Carter is the main reason why, and that
That's
and the
fine.
other guy.
But that's why I'm not like, if you want to say who I'm starting, that's why I'm starting Walker. He has the best opportunity to run over 100 yards and get a touchdown at bare minimum, and that's like almost a guarantee.
Mr. Corona, who do you got running back?
I'm probably gonna go Montgomery.
Start.
He's gonna get all the work. You know, Gibbs
He's
being
so
having
upset.
that
Hey,
hamstring.
Daniel stepping for that one.
Montgomery, want
Gibbs
Gibbs.
United, bro. Like, y'all don't understand how thankful I was that 8 Wonder had him on his bench. He went off for like 40 points,
I've never seen that.
bro. 30 plus touches. That's insane.
that is.
That's crazy. Coming off a week that he was supposedly like
Injured.
gonna ease him in.
Did you win that game, by the way?
What was that?
Did you win that game, by the way? Against 8 Wonder?
Nah, I lost by 5 points.
Oh, dang. So
Hey,
you all lost by
has
40.
a pretty good team, dude. I checked it out. I even told Budweiser, hey, bro, did you notice?
Hey,
800
the NBA starts like next week or right next week.
Yeah, like in 2 weeks.
So
Yeah,
you
he won't
start
cut that.
Montgomery, and then who would you bench or cut?
All right, I'm benching Walker, and I'm cutting Hall.
Ooh,
I'm cutting Hall, bro. Easy,
easy. He said easy.
easy.
That's difficult for me to do.
Eagles, bro. They don't play with that. Tell me.
Mr. Eagle, right there. What you got?
Sir, yes, sir. So actually, I'm gonna agree with Corona. I'm gonna cut Brees Hall. You know, we just applied too much pressure on the defensive side to even. They're gonna be rattled. They won't be able to, they won't be able to do anything in the run game. You know, we're gonna put too much pressure on Zach Wilson, and they're just not gonna be able to get anything going. You know, Walker, I'm gonna, he's gonna sit on my bench. You know, he would only get to start if Montgomery wasn't red hot right now. But Montgomery right now is like the 7th best running back in scoring at this point. So he has like 418 yards from scrimmage, 6 touchdowns. Because Gibbs is injured, he's gonna get that true workhorse role this week against the Bucks.
Sure.
So I'm going with Montgomery as far as starting. So cannot cut that guy.
I'm going to go a little bit the opposite. I'm going to go with Walker to start. Montgomery's going to be the bench. I'm going to cut Hall. And the reason why I cut, not because necessarily the defense I know for the Eagles, the front four is really your back-to-back picks last year is what killed them because of the Georgia defense they had. But it's really that defense combined with the fact that the Jets just lost their starting tackle, who's probably an all-pro this last week too. So that line is a little bit shaky now. Brees Hall, I think, is too hot to be cutting or even bitching.
But okay, but you say hot. He went off on the team that he was supposed to go off. Denver gives the most yardage per running back.
When this is the thing about the Jets, if they actually played this correctly, because they keep screwing themselves over. If they played this thing correctly from the week 1 when they actually started it correctly, Brees Hall went for a big run every game he played since last year. One big run or one big catch every single game he played in. They don't consistently give him the ball correctly than he needs to be to make it happen.
Well, like you said, he's playing limited until last week. They
Yeah.
finally decided to let him go, unleash this man,
And look what
and
happened.
he went off. Yes, he went
For
off.
180. If
So,
he was going 100
he's
yards, I'd
special
say he
talent.
did okay, and
He's
won't
a
be no
special
discussion.
talent.
But he went for 180.
Yeah.
Give him his props. He's hot, and they figured out that he needs to have the ball in his hands. It's not Cook. So therefore, yes, I want to play him. If I have him in my the leagues, I'm playing Hall still. But the fact is simple in this scenario, I'm not going to play Hall because he just lost his one of his guards, and also the line for Eagles.
Yeah.
Again, Carter is a fucking beast. I mean, that guy's like a murderer. Besides the way he killed the other guy in college, but he's a murderer in that thing.
Wes been doing work too over there, so they just, they're gonna create this.
Who's the other guy? They got Jordan Davis too. Jordan Davis on that line too. I showed you clips last year.
We're like the dogs over there.
Yeah, I showed you clips. I said you said Jordan Davis is a beast. I said yeah, but he's not the best guy from Georgia getting drafted. The guy is Jalen Carter. He's still in school. And the guy is like he's 350 running 4.4.
Crazy.
It's crazy.
Crazy. You want to move to wide receiver?
Wide receiver? Okay, go wide receivers. Okay, so we have Calvin Ridley versus the Colts. DJ Moore, hot DJ Moore versus the Vikings, which should be a good game. And then on the other side, Jordan Addison versus the Bears. This should be a really good game.
Yeah.
It should be a really good game for offense in this game because there ain't no fucking defense in this thing.
Bro, it's just.
I think they just Fields the running back. So how they gonna create offense with that?
I mean,
it's a good game. It's
gonna be a good game. I mean, if you saying just the Fields gonna be like this and this and all, he's gonna be turning around. Okay, then let's see what happened this game. Like we always say, 3 games is what determines consistency. 3 games. So therefore, this is number 3. Can DJ Moore make it work, and can Justin Fields make it work for 3 games in a row?
I think they can, bro. It's crazy. Like honestly, I start all of them, dude. I can't even bench any of them. I probably bench Ridley, but between Addison and Moore is like choose your liking.
Coming from the person who made fun of me for drafting rookie receivers this year, go ahead, Mr. Blue Moon.
Okay, so I hate to do this, man, because I liked him, so much, coming back from the suspension, but really is getting cut, man. And the reason I say that is just because there are just way too many mouths to feed in that offense, and there is a legit argument that he's not even the top wide receiver in that offense right now.
God, why is everybody saying that?
Because Captain Kirk has 43 targets so far, and really only has 36 up to the year. So yes, he is that go-to guy, and I think really can start catching up, and he could even take over come to week 10. We may have a different discussion about this, but as of right now, there's just too many mouths to feed over there between them two, and you got the tight end as well. They're just there, and Trevor Lawrence has to be hot to even give them all the ball.
It sounds just like Paul.
It's been a lot of inconsistency. you said numbers don't lie. Look at Ridley's numbers. So There you go. Now we look at Moore. I'm going to start Moore just for the simple fact that he is the alpha male of that offense.
Okay.
And as long as Fields can stay hot, he'll continue to feast and get these numbers. Addison's going to sit because, yes, he's going to step up as wide receiver 1 with Jefferson's injury, but he still needs to prove himself to fill those shoes and deal with the top corners.
It might be this game.
We're going to find out. And remember, Hawkinson's still there to funnel a lot of those targets too.
Yep.
Unlike DJ Moore, which he's going to get just a majority of that stuff coming in his way if they want to win.
What you got, Corona?
So looking at here, I had to do a little research upon these players.
I like that.
I will start DJ Moore.
Mm.
I will start Moore.
Mm-hmm.
I'm benching Addison. Yes, he's going to be wide receiver 1.
Okay.
I'm only saying I'm benching him. I would have started him. But I'm looking here. It says he's having some ankle issues. I don't know if they're going to have to fade him away. Having some ankle issues, Mr. Bud. You got to look into that. Today, I was looking at it. Had to see the matchup. Hey, but little ankle issue, and then I'm going to have to
it just found out a couple hours ago he has an ankle injury.
Mm-hmm. You never know. They might use him as a little decoy, but they won't. But yep, that's my picks.
Who you got, bud?
Man.
Now you don't know.
Now he
No, no, no,
changed
no, no,
it.
no, no, no.
I just throw a
I,
wrench
I,
in his
I'm gonna start Addison.
Of course.
Uh-huh.
I'm starting Addison, and not just because of my team. Think the Justin Jefferson is gonna take a lot of targets away. So therefore, the target got to go somewhere. KJ Osborne, I know he's been there, but Kirk seemed like he loves big playability with Addison. You're gonna go to Addison every time that Jefferson or someone else has been. Jefferson never been out. But every time they take away targets from that offense, it went to Alan Thielen. Alan Thielen ate up every time he target went his way extra. Same way with Jordan Addison. He's gonna eat it up. And that's the reason why I say I would start Jordan. He can catch. And he's always in that 20-yard range. He can catch, but also he can do big play. Now, I'm sitting Ridley. I'm going to cut more. The reason why I cut more is inconsistency. I can't do it unless you show me consistency on that. He had to call out the whole offense and field about this until we get a 3-touchdown game. Can he do it 2 in a row? It's going to be a good game between the Vikings anyway.
I'm sorry, has Addison been consistent?
Yes, actually, he has been consistent. Except last game.
I'm about to say, I thought he had like a 0-point game or something like that.
Last game, okay, look at this way. I would say last game he wasn't consistent. Okay, you would say that by numbers. But if we look into the film of it, they said he did have 2 plays where he got DPIs on 40-yard bombs. So it's still there. He's still getting big plays every game.
Okay, so he's being targeted anymore. Gotcha.
So he's being targeted big plays for those games. So I'm not. No.
But you said you're cutting more.
I'm gonna cut more.
That's crazy to me.
So why aren't you cutting Ridley? Why aren't you cutting Ridley?
Like that. Why? So you're not benching Ridley. You're cutting more.
I'm bitching Ridley.
I mean, you're not benching more. You're cutting him.
I'm cutting more.
So
I just want to hear why.
What makes Ridley better than Moore?
Y'all say the targets are not there for him, and I get that. Moore quarterback is not consistent enough to get him the ball as such as Trevor Lawrence is more consistent of. It's a lot of mouth to feed, but Trevor Lawrence is a better quarterback to get him the ball if need to be. And versus the Colts. Colts don't have a good cornerback, bro.
Okay. Well, we saw Trevor Lawrence slump as well, right?
He slumped a little bit, but it's not like he's slumping like greatly. He's throwing to Evan Ingram. He's throwing to Christian Kirk. Sometimes he's throwing to Calvin Ridley. He had a decent game last week with Calvin Ridley. But, again, it's a lot of mouths to feed in that little offense, which I'm not sure how you say mouths to feed. It's not like it's like – they're like the Bengals and you have the Chargers. You have the Bills. They're all 1A teams. The Jaguars are like 2B.
Yeah, but Moore is more of a focal point of his offense than Ridley is. Ridley might not even be the –
Is it? Because he goes to Cole Kmet a lot.
And then with – I guess, there's
a reason why DJ Moore is a 3rd-ranked wide receiver right now. And
if it wasn't for that last game, what rank would it be?
You mean the last 2 games?
It
wasn't just one, bro.
Wasn't one.
But really, maybe put up 1 or 2 good games too. What are you talking about? The first game he went off, and then I think recently he climbed back up. But starting off, first half.
I would still choose DJ Moore. Like that's just, but yeah.
That's just me. Like I said,
that's personal.
It's you, it's you. We all are entitled to our own opinions,
Yeah.
And yours is wrong.
I was just trying to understand. I was trying to understand why you wanted to be wrong, but
no, I mean I can see the last 2 games. Yeah, he went for 30 in Denver. He went for 65 last game, which is Washington.
So really still the preferred option.
All right.
Let's
go to the next skilled position. Let's go to the next skilled position.
Tight end. So with the tight end, we got Dallas Goedert alert versus the Jets. We have Sam Laporta, the unknown rookie versus the Buccaneers. And we have Zach Ertz versus the Rams. It's a little conundrum here.
I'll just I'll jump into it. The guy I like is Laporta. I like him a lot. I have Goedert on my team, and I won't be biased. Laporta has been consistent every game. They have been trying to get him involved, and he gets involved, and he makes the play happen. I would start Laporta, bench Goedert, just because there's no consistency there. He has some double-digit games and some really nothing. Like he has no looks or maybe 1 or 2 looks. And then Ertz, man, it's a toss up. You know, you don't know who's gonna blow up at the Cardinals every week. So this week could be his, next week could be Marquise, then it could be Moore. What is it, Rondale Moore? You don't know who's gonna get the ball out there. So I would pick Laporta, Goddard, and Ertz. So start Laporta, bench Goddard, and cut Ertz.
Okay.
Okay.
What you got, Mr. Blue Moon?
Okay, Poppy.
Okay.
So you already know. I already told y'all about when we were discussing top 5 tight ends over at Renee's house. That Laporta is in that discussion.
Yep.
Maybe even top 3 at this point, you know. But we can't deny, you know, just how much work he's doing over there and what he's doing with it. So I'd say Laporta is definitely the start, you know, and Goddard is going to be the sit. Just simply the fact of what Renee said, there's just too many mouths to feed over there. And he had a big game, but next week it could be Devontae Smith. Next week it could be A.J. Brown. You know, we don't know who's going to be the one to just go off. You know, the other guy's going to put up kind of mediocre points, you know. I feel like most consistent players on that offense is Hurts and Swift at this point. You know, all the you know, you don't really know what you're going to get with the receivers and the tight ends out there from a week-to-week basis. Even though A.J. Brown is that dog out there too. And then Ertz is getting – I like Zach Ertz. I think he's consistent, but he has a very low ceiling. He's a solid floor player, but you also got to deal with the injuries as well, you know. So he's always injured, and, you know, just that offense is very unspectacular. Even though the quarterback has been playing decent, I just don't see much buzz over there. So.
If you were to say that let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. Go, Mr. Corona. What'd you say?
I agree. I am cutting Ertz. You know, not really much you can expect from there. I honestly, though, I do like the matchup with Goddard. I mean, he's going against the Jets. You know, Jets do give the most points to tight end on that position. So I think just because of that reason, I'm gonna start Goddard. I mean, he is coming off a pretty big game too. That kind of swaying my opinion over that.
Mm-hmm.
With Porta, I will say this. Yes, he has a nice floor, high ceiling, but most of them, he had one game where he was getting targeted a lot. The rest is, you know, average, just 4 targets. So he's making a lot happening with just those 4 or 3 targets that he's getting.
So you're making him a bench with Laporta.
So I'm a bench Porta. Yeah.
I'm gonna be almost similar to you. I'm gonna start Goddard. I'm going to bench Zach Ertz. I'm gonna cut Sam Laporta for this week
fired.
only.
You don't have to come back tomorrow.
For this week.
You don't need to be on this show no more, bro. God.
And it might be the drink that's talking like I had before, but no, it's not. It's not. I'm gonna look at the numbers right here. Sam Laporta has been hot, and I liked him in the draft. And I wasn't sure how Detroit uses their tight ends going into it. But you knocked it on the point when I had it, Corona. They don't use their tight ends like that, like they're supposed to be. And the reason why Sam Laporta got so much open and he was actually in targets last week was because, for one, that defense allowed it. 2, they're missing Amon St. Brown. So Amon St. Brown's coming back this week. That's for 1. 2, they're playing the Buccaneers defense actually has players like Levante David, and who's the other guy they got from LSU? Devin White in there. They can play and cover some tight ends.
Williams
They're
is
actually
coming back.
Yeah, they're probably one of the top 3 in the league in the tight ends, covering tight ends. I'm starting Dallas Goedert because the Jets, even though they have apparently an all-pro linebacker, I don't see it. They allow the most points to tight ends. Okay, Zach Ertz is consistent. I'm gonna get you 10 points. That's it. 8 to 10 points.
Let me give you the points in our league.
Yes.
Laporta, first week 9.3,
yes.
12.5, 27.3, 10.20, and 22. So how is who's that?
They're missing weapons.
Zach Ertz.
They're missing players.
The whole year? I mean, we just went through.
No, not in Atlanta. Not playing Atlanta in week 3. They had their squad.
Week 3, how many points you got? Week 3.
Yeah, he
The
had like
most
8
points,
catches, 7 targets.
27.
Atlanta, right? Atlanta. Who's the linebackers in Atlanta? Who's the defense in Atlanta for them?
I don't
Nobody.
know.
But they have cornerbacks in Atlanta.
I mean,
Even at
that
Green Bay.
matchup was great for him too, though.
Yeah.
The matchup was great for him too to go off that week. Atlanta,
Yeah, so
basing
again,
off this app, it goes, our app, it says it gave the second most fantasy points to the tight end position.
yeah. So Atlanta has defense on the cornerbacks to play receivers. You go game script, you're gonna go game script to the tight end. It's about game script if you go that way. And Laporta is good. He came from tight end University in Iowa. He's good. I'm not knocking on Sam Laporta. I'm just saying for this week alone, I'm not gonna touch Sam Laporta. I would bench him right now.
They
Come on,
compared him to
I'm glad you
George
mentioned game script because Eagles play against the Jets.
Yes.
You really think they're gonna be able to keep up with us?
Okay, again,
We're gonna run it down their throats. They're not gonna really need a pass much.
you're going to run it down the throats, and that's what you've been known to this year because Hurts, again, you said at the beginning of the session, is he hasn't been as flashy as he was the last couple of years. Now, the whole brotherly shove thing, they're going to try and do it. Now, they just signed Quincy Williams to a big contract, D tackle they have. So they're going to try and stuff with the run and so forth with him. But the main thing is, though, who are their linebackers? The linebackers hasn't been all exceptional. Their DBs, on the other hand, for New York Jets have been exceptional. You got Sauce. You got the other guy who's kind of unknown, but Sauce hasn't even vouched for him, saying he's one of the guys in there.
Or got hurt.
Sauce hurt or not, you still don't throw to Sauce's way. We all know that. And the fact is simple is, are they going to have a good thing to make it work to go against Sauce and the team? Yeah, I think they are. It's the Eagles. This is going to be a good test for them offensively with the weapons. But
I want to go quick and say Quincy Williams is actually a linebacker.
Quinnen Williams.
Yeah, Quinnen Williams. Yeah,
Quinnen
Quincy Williams has been going off.
Okay. So is Quincy Williams, is he the all-pro linebacker that they are all saying that he's like so great? We'll see if Dallas Goedert can make it work. Because when there's actually a chance for the Eagles to play against some good DBs, they did against Houston, and Dallas Goedert ate the whole Houston team up the first half for like 80 yards. He ate them up easy, down two seam, down the field. So this is the same thing that you can have right here, where you have some decent linebackers on that team, but the cornerbacks are really good. The front line is kind of decent enough, but there's some good team on that defensive line. Dallas Goedert can easily outmatch these linebackers easy because he's 6 foot 6'5", and he runs a 4'4" 4'5", 4'6". He can make some good moves on that
I'm not
thing.
an Eagles fan.
Please, Eagles fan here, can you please back me up on this?
As what you're saying is valid. However, they're going to win this game however they need to. So
Yeah.
We see what they do whenever they just simply put it in Jalen Hurts' hands without establishing the run.
Yes.
First couple weeks, it wasn't really good. Things didn't turn out very well for us. So once we establish that run and we run it down their damn throats, that's when we can set up everything else play action, and that's when everyone else gets open deep. So I really feel like they're going to lean on Swift, maybe even Gainwell, as well, and Jalen Hurts is going to run it.
Yeah, they could be,
and it's going to eat up a lot of time, and we're going to win the old-fashioned way.
But if you lean on those guys, it's going to be more of the run pass and the run option thing. So therefore, the play action fake. So therefore, if you're doing that kind of route, the tight end's always going to be option number one in that passing route, and then your running back can be in your fallback.
I think it's going to be Devontae Smith's game too.
It could very well be.
If you call back-to-back crappy games, he's going to blow up this.
It could very well be. And that's what happens.
All those players are interchangeable as far as production.
But at the same time, I think that I'm gonna have to start Dallas Goedert. As a home run hitter, I'm gonna start Dallas Goedert.
Would you start Dallas Goedert over George Kittle
this week?
Don't give him advice. He's not supposed to.
This week?
Don't do that shit. You decide, buddy.
So that's only again, if we're talking about this week only, I'm doing it only this week. Otherwise, in your normal season, and if you only have one player, you're starting Sam Laporta no matter what, because the guy's been top 3 tight end the whole season. Yeah, he's too hot. He's been great. But you're looking at this week only. If you have options, yeah, versus who's the guy? Levante David and Devin White. Those are 2 tough-ass linebackers in the Tampa. They're not giving nothing.
Devin White's been injured though.
Who?
He hasn't looked like himself lately. He's been injured. Devin
Levante?
White. No, Devin White's been hobbled.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hobble's still like a good linebacker in the league, so But don't worry. I mean, I'm not lying to you. He's not gonna be a top 5 linebacker, but and Devin White Hobble is like a good top 20 linebacker in the league.
Don't be surprised if Laporte has better numbers than Goddard.
I wouldn't be surprised, but I'm going to go home run again. I'm going to home run hitter on this one thing.
You just cut him though. You been Zach Ertz.
I cut him, yeah, because that defense, and I'm scared of those guys. But hey, if it come back next week and Sam Laporte outdoes him, I'll take my L real quick on that. But I'm going to go home run, and I'm thinking that Goddard is the man, the guy going to do it. And if he does, I swear to God, y'all all better shut the fuck up for at least a minute on this shit.
Nope.
Nah, bro, I don't know. You had some questionable picks this whole time. So.
Hey, whatever. You all say I questionable picks. I'm
Thank
always
you.
in the championship game.
Thank you.
I'm always in the championship game. Okay.
I mean, I
I
don't
don't know
know,
when
man.
you're gonna get there, man.
Not off to a hot start, are you?
We ain't
doesn't
there
matter.
yet. We ain't
It
there
don't
yet,
matter.
sir. We ain't there yet.
Don't matter yet.
You can't speak nothing. You ain't there yet.
I'm not there yet. Okay.
Nope.
When will I
Some
be
of you
there?
guys
When I make the playoffs?
Ain't really's the man.
Huh?
When I make the playoffs, is that when that's when I can talk?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll make the playoffs out. That's when I can talk. Okay.
Precisely.
Okay.
Well, other than that, do we have anything else?
I guess we talk about matchups. Let's talk about our matchups this week.
Oh, I got
Who you-
Pawtucket.
You got
Hey.
Pawtucket.
I got Pawtucket.
But
Are you gonna win your matchup?
maybe.
I got you. Maybe. Okay. It's just another opponent to me, so I really don't care. And
Ooh.
it don't even matter, bro. It's just one day at a time.
I take importance into every match. I just want to put that out there, guys. I respect you guys. If I beat you, I beat you. If I lose, F you. Whatever.
Oh, so this is actually a decent matchup with these guys. They're both 3-2, and they're 3rd and 4th, respectively. And
I
you're
did lose
actually-
H1, so you got that going for you.
huh?
So we'll see how it goes. Good thing I have depth.
I mean, quite frankly, all y'all guys are at 3. You got Blue Moon 3, Corona 4, and you got Dos Equis at 5 at 3-2. All y'all except for me at 2 and 3 and number 7. If we had, fuck you. If we actually had a Eighth Wonder, he would be like the hottest team I think in the league. Pawtucket, much as he said, he already is.
Eighth Wonder is the high.
Eighth Wonder is probably the man right
I
now.
think Eighth Wonder has the best team. Actually, that's what I think.
Actually, in the power rankings, he's actually number 1 power ranking right now in the league.
Yeah, he has
Eighth
a
Wonder.
great team.
That
He's
Sam
in my
Laporta.
division. That's horrible.
That Sam Laporta pick was before the season started was actually really good,
Yeah.
and then also the fact that he also waited for Cooper Kupp to come off an injury. Dude's been balling with Montgomery and Walker late picks. The guy has been balling.
Yep.
Balling.
Hey, Blue Moon, I know you have to get off,
Yeah, I've got to make some
it's
calls.
right at that point. So
All right, brother.
signing off. I hope I win again this week. Hey, if I win this week, y'all are welcome. Both of y'all, because y'all are in a division where Pawtucket needs a loss. Another one.
That's gonna be a little tough, brother.
Yeah,
Oh, hey, I'm
our
hoping, man.
division is always tough because we got to be up on each other so much. That's one thing.
I mean,
about
everybody. There's a lot of 3s and 2s, and there's only 2 4 and 1s. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, surprisingly, it's only 2-4-1.
hey, you guys want to see my little boy? Look, he's crying too. You can see him.
Let's see.
He's tiny. He's
Oh,
tiny. He's
That's
always
a man
hungry
right
though.
there.
Yeah, he's hungry. He's like, fuck all this.
Don't worry, he'll be on soon. Look
Look
Yeah.
at you.
yeah.
Yeah. That's
But
my
hey-
little one.
Good luck to everybody this week. Hopefully, y'all can get another win.
I'll tell you this. I'm not looking good. I'm not looking forward to this week.
He's
I'm
already sweating.
gonna tell you this.
Very sweating.
I'm gonna tell you
Not,
this.
the reason being, you got some nice matchups. Like all your players that you got, they got nice matchups going on to this week.
And you got Jamar Gibbs, right? Damn.
You see why I was trying to get Tua from you, man? 'Cause I expected to play you this week, so I was hoping I already have Tua and Tyreek lined up for you. But now, you got to deal with him throwing all these passes to him. So
You got some nice matchups like Pacheco going against the worst run D.
yeah,
Division game with Henry. You got Moore and Fields, T Hill that I'm gonna have to be throwing to. So
we'll see though, man. It's anything can go.
don't discount yourself. You got
No.
just you got
No, let the man discount himself. It's all right.
No.
Yeah,
You
But
can discount yourself too,
I'm
Jamal.
just saying,
Richardson's
I'm not
out.
looking, I'm not
Oh,
looking
okay,
forward to the
I'll discount
matchups, but I still believe in my team.
Richardson's
Yeah,
out.
that's all I
Pittman
know.
is there, and he has Chase, who's supposed to be the revitalized. Tua,
Mhm.
who's been going off. He has Travis Etienne, who's quite frankly is a top 5 running back
Hey,
recently now. And
Mm,
Nico Damian
Ingram, the
Pierce.
most underappreciated tight end there is.
I mean, it's not like it's crazy. I mean,
Yeah, no, your team is solid, man.
Nah, we good.
It's going to be a good fight. It's a bloodbath.
it'll be a good matchup, I think. Here, I'm not
I'm not
gonna.
going to have another 300-point game, so I don't have to deal with it.
Jesus, a 300-point game. And now Blue Moon can actually come back. He's missing a DB still.
That's what I said.
Oh, yeah.
I said last
I
week,
didn't
like,
need
you
one.
didn't put a
I didn't
defensive
need one.
lineman. You could have broke 300.
I did break 300. What are you talking about?
Oh, you did?
Yeah, he
That's
broke
probably
300.
went off.
Oh man, you could have made more.
I didn't need more. I made the statement with the 300 I had, so I'm good. I
That
might
was
not even play
funny.
one this. Might not play one this week. We'll see what happens.
Hey, he was like, man, bro, I don't want to jinx it, bro. Don't even say nothing about me winning. I'm like, you still got Tyreek Hill. He goes, that
But
doesn't
none of his
matter.
players played yet, and you seen what they could do. So I'm like, I played against Imperial last week, and he had Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown. They both put up like 100 points total. So I'm like,
Yeah.
he can go. So I'm
Same-
not gonna sit there and discount him and say I'm gonna win this game. So I'm like,
Same with I think it was, I don't know if it was week 2 or week 3 when I got that nasty win over Jamal.
Yeah, I mean, I tell everybody, everybody don't believe
was-
me. I'm like, I'm losing to guys who putting up points of like over
I'm
250.
telling you that,
I'm
like, I was
Oh,
down,
that's really
I was
hilarious.
down 90 points.
yeah, he was down, and I had
All
220 in the bag.
All I had was 3
Done.
players left that Sunday night and that Monday night game.
Just
Boom.
All
Hey,
the
I
way
told you, number 1, number 2 pick for a reason. But I had to ship up my other guy. I couldn't pass on. I should have fought a little bit more, but I shipped out my round 2 pick, so it's okay.
It's,
Jamal
it's
PTSD thing.
Oh,
yeah, no, it is because that's what really is. Realistically, I should be 3-2. That's what it is.
you
But,
sound like
hey,
Pawtucket crying because he lost.
no,
Thank
no, no. I said good game to the guy, so I'm not denying he won fair and
you.
square.
Yeah,
and
right.
that's what we
Pawtucket
think.
didn't even want to reply to nobody.
Yeah, he didn't say
Yeah,
nothing. I'm
that's
like,
how we
wow.
know how he is. We know when he loses, he's talking crap. He stays quiet.
Well, let's not give him any benefit or nothing. But yeah, I'm gonna sign off. Hey, thanks guys for joining us. This was
Yeah,
fun.
boys.
I think we all needed this for the first time this year, this season. This is our first show, so this was definitely fun. Hopefully, one of y'all or both of y'all can join us next week.
I mean,
Hey,
I
I
was
am
down.
I am
today
down
was-
all the time to come up and to do it. I know next week I have some Bristol stuff, but I can be on for sure for Tuesday or Wednesday for sure.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it is
you
what it is.
can do that shit.
Yeah, Blue Moon. If you get your win, hey, like we want y'all both back because it'll tell us who won.
Yeah, y'all shouldn't show it just because y'all pull a dub off, man. Even if you get an L, man, just come in.
I know.
Alright.
I'll
Alright,
be
well-
I'll be on next week. That way I can have my winner circle sometime.
You winner circle?
15 seconds.
Sure.
All right, cool. So we signing off. Blue Moon, I know
Yep.
you gotta go.
Yeah, high scoring team signing off. See you guys.
See you later. Hey!
Put that shit out there. Okay.
All right.
We all understand.